Hi everyone, this is CeeCee and thanks for joining me for another documented life project. This is week 14 and we're beginning a new theme. For April, the theme was Color Safari. And for that week in particular, the challenge was watercolor and the prompt water under the bridge. I'm going to start by protecting the seam with a piece of masking tape because I'm going to use a lot of water. I'm doing watercolor, and this is a stencil I wanted to use. In the end, I'm not going to use it, but nevertheless, I'm using the tracing marks that I added around the shape of the buildings to do my journaling. Now, this journaling, I don't ever want to read it again, so I'm going to cover that up with absorbing ground. This will be the white absorbing ground, a product by Golden, and this will convert my paper into some sort of watercolor paper. And this is the ground. Of course, it's going to hide most of the journaling, which is perfect. For this project, I decided to work with artbars. These I've had in my stash for a long time, and I've never used them, so this was a total experiment. Artbars are made by Derwent, and they're very similar to Neo Color 2s from Faber-Castell. So they're wax-based, but they're water-soluble. And I have taken the direct paper method for this because I really wanted to test them out. And the sticks are triangular shape, so it's quite interesting because you have a flat edge that you can use to add the color to your paper, but you also have those very sharp edges that you can use to create fine lines. So after I've applied the colors, I flooded this with water by spraying, and then I'm moving the colors with my fingers to blend, and I'll even smash my book on my work surface to add some drippage. Now watch what happens when I add the art bars directly onto a wet surface. It is pure yum. And that's the method that I'm going to use until the end. I wanted to have a lot of colors. I wanted to have vibrant colors, and of course watercolors, whatever medium, whatever watercolor product you use, it always dries lighter. So you have to keep that in mind. So I'm going to keep working at this until I get the vibrancy that I want. I'm going to also add a lot more color to that. But I just love how the art bars reacted to a wet surface. They're so creamy and the payoff is unbelievable. Alright, so now that I've had my fun with adding the colors, I'm going to have some more fun with detail work, and this is probably my favorite thing to do. I love detailing work. This is a micron pen, a black one, and I'm outlining some of those colors in what I consider water. This is a very abstract piece, don't forget. Now that pen, it kept blocking on me because the art bars are wax based and also because of the absorbent ground, which has a rough texture. The pen kept blocking on me, so I'm going to switch to a permaball pen eventually, and this is what it looks like. It is difficult to stop. I had to stop myself, but I love the effect. It brings out the colors in the water. This is going to be a bridge that I'm drawing right now with a lead pencil. This is meant to be like an old bridge, kind of like a stone bridge, and I'm gonna paint with black gesso over that. Now I have designed the bridge to have a bit of shadow in the half moons underneath. And I'm going to add graphite texture paste on the facade of the bridge only. So I'm going to leave the shadows alone so that it creates a little bit of depth. And that texture paste goes on gray, and it will dry black with amazing specks of all kinds of colors. I don't know what it's got in there, but it's pretty amazing. Now I'm adding a row of pearlized fragments. They're Mica Flakes, and these are made by Stampendous. I've had them in my stash again for a while. I believe I bought them as a set. It came with embossing powders and I think micro beads or something. And because I'm adding them to a wet surface, they will stay in place once the graphite paste is dry. I'm also adding some fragments in the water, and for this I'm using matte gel medium. This is what it looks like when it's dry. You can see it's gone a lot darker. Here's a photo of the texture paste that I've taken with a macro lens, so you can see all the beads in there. The composition of this is just amazing. And here's a close-up of the pearlized Mica Flakes. To make the bridge stand out a little more, I'm outlining it with a permaball pen, and this will also bring out the shadows underneath. To tie in with the black lines that I've added on the water, I am drawing some trees, very abstract trees, and sometimes I use the shapes that the colors have made to add those trees, and sometimes it's just free form. It's a lot of fun to do. Again, this is more detail work that I enjoy a lot. I'm now tracing 3 lines with a pencil and a roller to add my quote. Now my suggestion to you is that you do this very light-handedly because of the absorbent ground that's underneath. It grabs everything. So I've managed to erase most of the lines, but not completely. So just something to keep in mind if you make lines for your quotes. Now this is a font that I kind of copied from a book that I have. It's very Art Deco-ish. I kind of adapted it to suit my taste, but most of it was taken from that book. And you'll see me struggle with the G a lot. So I ended up erasing quite a bit. I decided to make the quote pop even more by adding accents to the letters. This is white Sharpie poster paint pen. And that's pretty much it. It concludes my process for today. I have had so much fun making these pages. It's a lot of detail work, which always makes me happy. It relaxes me. And it's just, I don't know, it's free form, it's fun, and I enjoy it. Now these art bars, oh my goodness, what a nice surprise. I'm showing you here a set of 12, but I think at the time that I bought them, they were kind of liquidating them, and I decided to add to my collection. So I have more than 12 in there. That's why I removed the insert to fit them all in there. And I'm showing you the shape there, the flat end and the sharp edges, which is a nice combination. And that concludes my process for today. I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. You can also find me on all my social medias. They are listed below in the description box. If you're watching directly on YouTube, I will also insert a link to my blog post where I will list the supplies that I've taken for this project. As usual, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, and I will see you later. Bye!